Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ASUS ROG Dream League. What a game.
What a game.
What a game.
What
Not
a life.
really. I mean, it was good.
It was
the idea.
exciting.
I really like the laning phase. The task worked there. Questionable plays by Dog at the beginning in that tri lane, which
Well,
they lost.
what could they have done? I don't.
Not leap into a task and then try to run away, for example. Not going heads deep.
Yeah, always go
minute
balls
zero.
deep.
Well, here's the thing: is like they went in first and they went with the Mirana, which was the right call because the Mirana can leap. But when then
No, it wasn't the right call. You leap and that's your defensive spell gone.
no. But here's the thing, right? Like the thing about Snowball, the power of Snowball is that you can lock on a target and go for it no matter what the target does.
Okay.
Assuming you have the timing. But the weakness of the Snowball is that if
You can't stop it.
Yeah, the opponent can position themselves in a position
Yeah.
where they can put you at a very bad position. The
Okay.
problem was that the Mirana leaped into her team.
Exactly.
And that was a problem.
No, Mirana could walk into the team just fine. She has to leap out and she's okay.
Right.
And I just want to say that Team Dog recovered from that game admirably. They stayed in the tri lane. They got pummeled. It wasn't just a leap in. After the supports left, Pycat still got pummeled. He died a second time there. But it was like, all right, we can't really deal with this tri lane. We're going to just hang back, let the support roam and do other stuff. And that's exactly what they did. Misery got huge. And Pycat just joined after. It's like, forget this lane. I'm going to just go shoot arrow, hit arrow.
Yeah, and that
And
worked
then-
very well.
yeah.
Also, Misery on point with his burrow strikes. That's the other thing. It's like we talked about how Snowball is good against Sand King because you can dodge the epicenter when you see it coming. But at the same time, it puts everyone together so that burrow strike.
He didn't snowball
everyone.
like more than one or two people after the first one though.
Yeah.
He only put one or two people in the snowball, and I think that like is the right decision to make. But I
You're
mean-
learning as a fellow conductor that you don't put your entire damn team in.
I put everyone in the
I
snowball.
want to change the subject.
Right.
Not to be like the hipster. But I
Okay.
wanted to pose this question to the panel. Okay? You have an aggressive tri-lane windrunner,
Yes.
and you have a safe lane Doom versus a Darkseer.
Yes.
In that situation, you have two potential mech carriers.
Yes.
If you want any sort of hard carry potential, one hero is going to have to go like hard carry items.
Right.
If you know ahead of time that you're going to be picking a hero to go 1v1 versus a Darkseer, why not just let the Windrunner do it and pick a hero who can actually carry? Because I feel like the Doom in that game was supposed to be able to just isolate like maybe Fata on the Invoker, maybe get MSS out on the Darkseer, but they were never able to actually fight on even terms because they didn't have a hero who had the same kind of an impact like a Mirana does, even without the farm. And even though Sadoy had like a 10-minute mech phase, it didn't matter. Like
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Remember that Darkseer got killed twice on the top? Not many...
three times maybe.
I think the third time a TP came in. Not many other heroes could solo kill a Darkseer and still have the laning capability against the Darkseer.
That's true.
Yeah, but you could pick
So-
something like even a safe lane Gyro against a Darkseer, and you can't
don't
creep
think-
cut against that.
You could kill the Darkseer.
You could kill the Dark
You can kill him if he plays like too
He did.
aggressive.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
right.
You can kill.
But the question that I'm
Weaver.
posing isn't how they played it. It's just maybe they could have picked something else if they had two heroes that were already going to be going mech. Because the way that I think of it is if you have a Windrunner who's going to be farming, then that Windrunner is typically going to be going mech. Or if you want it to hard carry, then the Doom would buy it.
Right.
But the Windrunner still bought the mech.
I think
So I'm kind of like,
Doom should have got the mech. Winner should have got the carry items.
The logic was if the Doom gets the auras, that the Winner will do enough damage with like the
Yeah, of
Aura
course.
and the Vlads maybe or something.
but in that same sense, it would still make more sense for the Doom to get the mech. Because if the Doom gets arrowed, he doesn't die.
yeah.
If Sadoy gets arrowed, he dies.
Okay. Great talk.
That was just my brain. that
No,
whole
it's
game.
fine. We're going to show some replays, but I don't think we have time. We kind of have to go into game 2. Or actually, no, we have to go to the replays first. Sorry,
Okay.
my bad. We had a Twitter question, but yeah, let's watch the replays and see what happens. This is the first blood, right? So here's the Mirana. We were talking about that. Mirana doesn't need to leap, tries to leap to dodge, and the Rubik pays the Piper.
The follow-up, I think, honestly, from Roxkiss here, even if the snowball had landed and he gets a hoof stomp, does Pycat really die to the follow-up damage?
Not
or would he have been
before
able to
leaping.
leap away?
Not
Because
before
that's the same thing I'm wondering.
Well-
I mean, sure, you could argue it both ways. Maybe he was just unsure
Yeah.
and he wanted to leap away, but it did end up giving Roxkiss another kill.
I think he would die because you had Chilling Touch on 5 heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One attack
okay,
each,
yeah,
yeah.
he's dead. Super dead.
Yeah.
Good point. So, yeah, that was obviously not a great start for Team Dog, but
And that was the clip. That was the game, guys.
And that,
No,
that
there's
was
another
that
one.
was the first replay.
Yeah, okay.
We have more
Another one.
replays.
Don't they all come at once?
No. That's
Oh.
one the
The recap.
recap. But now
10
we go
years
like
since DreamLeague recap.
here's how we go, right? Like we go into the replay and we just have the time. So now we can go into the next replay.
Oh, this is the forward spirit that can't.
And this is this is the Stampede steal, I think, as well.
You know what? I really like how Solo played this because he immediately eats the Necro Creep with BKB on and then throws Doom onto Fata. But the problem is they had stolen Stampede.
Yep.
So the counter initiation that Dog had was just monstrous. And as a team who is a one-cycle run-at-you team, when they don't get all of their abilities off in conjunction, the team fight just goes, it goes, as Shane would say, tits up. It's not good.
What up?
Well said.
Yeah, it's bad.
What up?
Fits up. Like you fall.
You know how like
Yeah,
when
well,
you
I
fall
see that.
over and it's like not great.
Yeah, okay.
And this is the part where, I mean, one die, and these two, they can either fight the two of them or run away. And they're like, I will fight, I will run.
I like how when the Shaco shot hit, Centaur was like, I'm out of here, guys.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think they both would have died.
Yeah.
Would have got a kill, man. Worth.
I don't know, dude.
Good trade.
I think at the beginning of that fight, as soon as I saw that my team wasn't going to be able to follow up on my Doom, I would have been like, all right, just run. Just get out.
No, don't commit. Yeah.
Because
They did. They ran.
BKB was popped straight away. No, but they ran after they were basically at the tier 3.
Yeah,
like
they
Solo
went-
was
they
so
kept
deep by
chasing.
that point, and he dove top tier 2, trying to make sure the MSS actually died to his Doom instead of just letting him get denied and killing the tier 1. Like, it's a lot of really...
Too deep.
They were so manly, it was detrimental.
Yeah. And you know, like, that seemed to be the case at every single team fight with Roxkis after the fact, even to the point where they went to ROG.
Yeah.
And they tried to take ROG by themselves.
Well,
Against
this
a
is
team with
more like-
Darkseer.
Okay, I even said,
Wait.
like, this is probably not a good idea.
I
What?
think at that point it's like, hey man, we lost so many fights. We
Sun
just have to
King's
have
gold.
No,
something
no,
happen.
that's a bug.
No, he's gold because he's so good. They
No,
actually made him
I
gold.
just gave him my shirt
Okay.
for the replay.
Ah, I like that.
It looks
make,
good
to
on
make
him.
it look good. Yeah. Anyone can look good in
And
this.
I just want to mention, when that happened, the tier 1 was still alive.
And
and it's-
Point was smoked behind
It's
it.
a lot harder to do that at a tier 1 tower defense than it is inside the Roche pit when all your heroes are there except for Gobblak.
Tough luck. Anyways, Roxkis, they lost this game. Team Dog looking good, maybe being able to overtake that second position against Empire today. But first, there's another game coming up. And that game involves Roxkis and Team Empire. And Roxkis, I think they kind of have what it takes to win because they had a game plan. It just fell through because Team Dog outplayed them.
Yeah.
But there was nothing wrong with the game plan from the get-go. You could argue that maybe the Doom was not the right pick. I would have said personally, someone had to rush a pipe against the team.
Yeah, that was
Because
another weird thing.
If you think about it, they don't have any right-click damage. It
Yeah.
was only the Mirana, and the Mirana was doing really, really
She had
poorly.
very little farm. Yeah.
Well, no, here's the thing. Fata did a lot, what right click. Also, every time when your wall hits the Doom, gets you an Alpha Wolf. The illusions.
Were they itemizing against right-click damage? No. Like, at least
Hey, man, the
protect
walls.
something. It's not like they all went plate mails, so you can say, oh, no, they went armor instead of pipe.
But the thing about that game, if you were like 10 minutes in watching the game, you'd be willing to bet anything on like Rock's Kiss winning, like everything, because they were just annihilating like bottom lane.
I think the biggest like turning point was the arrow hitting Sidoi top.
Yeah.
Like after he finished the mech, he gets arrowed, doesn't get his mech off, his whole team pretty much just gets smashed.
And then Doom ran in and died.
Yeah.
There were some really good rotations to mid lane from Misery as well on Sun King.
yeah.
And then they got the Blink Dagger and Misery, and Misery, MVP of that match,
Definitely.
for sure. But we will not see Misery now. We will see the guys from Empire. We saw them before. And it's going to be Solo versus Resolution Mid, which is a very interesting matchup, I think. These guys are on the top of their game, Empire, right now. I mean, I think the only guy I saw, the only one I saw them lose convincingly was Dog on that 3-2 on the ESL 1 was?
Yes.
Yeah.
And even before that, they lost in the Fragbite Masters. To Rock's Kiss.
You could argue that they were not trying their best because it was a comparatively smaller tournament.
What? You win a lot of money.
They weren't giving it their all, man.
I don't know. I think
What
that's
is
a bit
that
of a
excuse?
stretch.
We're hiding our strap
Trying to hype the
pre-TI4,
match,
guys.
Lumi, God.
And I'm telling you, no. Empire
It's
isn't.
like no hype.
No,
Don't make it sound like it's
It
going to be
is hype.
exciting.
Rock's Kiss.
Make it sound like it's going to be horrible.
Okay.
So Roxkis won versus Empire in Fragment Master.
Yes.
Yes.
So Roxkis is going to win today.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Empire didn't look good for the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
And
Shane.
Rock's Kiss is not a tier 1 team, such that we have two teams of equal skills, sort of.
Shane,
Lumi is the guy
Shane,
who
what-
wants
what-
this,
yeah.
the 90-minute game.
Yeah. Shane.
Yes.
You are the voice of reason here.
Am I?
I want you
God
to
help
I
you
want
all.
you to look at the two teams and think about which team is going to win.
Well,
I'm totally giving you an out here, and you're not using it.
What?
But anyways, who is going to win?
Empire's gonna win.
Kill.
Just.
I mean, look
I
at
think-
Rock's Kiss. They don't even know how to use a keyboard. That's not how you hold it.
Well, it could be. It's a new style.
It's like he's trying. Whatever. I give up.
God damn you, Jay.
I know.
you're
I know.
just-
I know.
It's done. But yeah, so the draft has started, I think.
Yeah, well, not technically. It's
Okay,
loading.
so before we actually go into the draft, we know these both two teams. Honestly, who's going to win and why?
I think Empire's gonna win.
Because?
Judging on how they've been playing in the past, I think
They're better than Rockskis.
Yeah, I think they're a solid team. Yeah.
Lumi, go ahead.
Rockskis.
Surprise me and my ducky.
Roxas is gonna win. Recent matchup, they beat them 2-1, 2-0 in Frack by Masters.
What's that, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
And
a lot
Empire
happens in
hasn't
2
looked
weeks.
good.
A
Like
lot.
they play well, but they just haven't shown up the results.
Okay.
Okay.
Results matter.
All right, let me sway me. I'm going to say Rock's Kiss.
Wow.
Damn.
2-1.
Should be a politician, Lumi.
Yeah. I would vote for you.
I'm running for the
He's
truth.
really good at being evasive and not actually saying anything.
Yeah.
That's what a
You
politician
can be the president of Sweden. The first one, actually.
They have kings,
We'll get that
man.
going.
I know.
I
And
can be a
king
king
sounds
too.
cooler.
I
Like, I want to be a king and
Yeah.
a tyrant than a president.
I'd rather be a king. And the match did not start.
It didn't load.
Okay.
I don't know what
tried.
happened.
If I had to choose like a king or a tyrant, like tyranny, you know that the guy actually had to fight to get there. A
Yeah.
king, he was just born into
He's
it.
like infamous, right?
Right.
You have
Tyrant.
blood on your hands.
No, what if you're Robert?
What? Okay, look how that ended for him.
Hey, don't spoil anybody, man.
No,
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
No
No
spoilers.
spoilerino.
Yeah.
If people
Please.
don't know who Robert is.
Okay, I'm like pretty
Robert
sure.
Allen, DreamLeague CEO, people. No,
Wait.
He's a tyrant.
he's a tyrant.
No.
Is it?
No.
It's not a king. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
He's
no.
a king in my heart.
Yeah.
No, but you're saying that
He's the king
king
of
doesn't have to
all of
fight for it, and some kings do.
But that's a tyrant. That's the definition of a tyrant. Like a guy that like
No,
Rose. He was not legitimately a king.
that's not tyrant. I thought tyrant is when you treat your people like shit.
No, that's not necessarily the definition
rule
of a
with
tyrant. A
fists.
tyrant is a guy that seizes control
By force.
by force,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's the definition of what Robert is.
so tyranny means the
Seizing-
act of doing that.
Seizing control without.
I thought it's always like treat your people like shit.
I mean,
be a
normally
nice
it comes
tyrant.
attached one with the other, but
Yeah.
not necessarily.
Okay.
Didn't you read Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince?
Mm-hmm.
Did you read that book?
Yeah.
He talks about that. It's actually a good book. If you guys like,
It
if
is
you,
a good book. Yeah.
You should read that. The Prince, Machiavelli, Machiavello. Depending on the language, they just change his last name for whatever reason. But that's it. How is the game looking? Because
Somebody's not loading. Like one of the observers or spectators or something isn't getting
Probably
into the game.
Weapons.
So
Probably
we'll-
Weapons. Faking
I'm
Weapons.
betting it's Weapons. Shout out to Weapons. He's doing the observing.
Fucking
No,
Weapons.
apparently not.
Well, he's trying to do the observing.
He's doing his best.
But yeah, that's pretty fun. I think you guys are like getting very used to not observing games.
Yeah, I like it, man. I said openly, like after the first time I had somebody observe my games, because I had the same like apprehension about it. Like, I don't know, I'm really used to casting my own games, you know. I like having my own camera control. And then the second like I tried it, I was like, I was stupid.
Cool. Okay, so people are trying to save us right now, and there's some
Nice.
tweet. Do you want to read the tweet for us, Shane?
Shane,
What do you
please.
think of
Do you
the
really want- do you
Peruvian...
really want-
read it well?
Okay.
Do read properly, right?
What do you think of the Peruvian team ROG about not accepting the invitation to TI4 Kappa?
Actually, I was following them. Like, I mean, of course, it's South American teams. I kind of followed their scene a little bit as well, and it was kind of weird because they were invited as a group of 5. They said, no, we want to change one of our players because this player we don't want to play with anymore, and we want to play with our friend, Iwo, which is playing for Union Gaming.
Okay.
And yeah, apparently because of that, like the Facebook messages from the team were saying that, yeah, they tried to talk to Valve about that, and Valve was like, no, you have to play with the official 5. So the reply from the players was that, no, friendship is more important, and if we can't play with the 5 friends that we want to play, we're not playing at all.
Holy
so we
shit.
drop out of TI4.
Three Musketeers shit going on there.
And the friend that they wanted to play with stayed with Union Gaming.
Damn.
So I think friendship goes one way only. I don't know. I mean, if my friend says we're not playing TI without you,
Maybe he thought they were being
I'm
like...
kind of like, okay, I feel you. These are my friends. I'm going to do the same. I don't know. At the same time, if he had decided not to play, then Union Gaming wouldn't have been able to play.
He was just like.
So
outta
I think he
here.
had to.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand his side of the things. But I mean, I don't know. Like, would you not play TA4 because you can't play with one of your friends?
I'm going. Like no matter if someone invites me, I'm straight up going. Like
Yeah. So that's kind of weird. Osiris was a different situation. They disbanded the team and they couldn't put it back together. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's what happened with Revenge. And actually,
Okay.
South American community is really mad.
I'm just reading the chat right now,
Yeah.
and they're saying you're wrong.
Well,
Usurper is not the same as Tyrant. I say we're dictionary.com.
Language.
No, we're dictionary.com this one. I haven't had a Lumi English lessons for...
I'm
for
Argentinian. I'm allowed to be wrong.
No, I'm Chinese. You can't even say that to me.
Well,
All right.
you study a
Tyrant.
lot.
Learning words here at the Dream League.
There you go. The game's not loading. Tyrant.
He's
A sovereign or other ruler
reading, keep
who uses
reading.
power oppressively or unjustly. Any person, position,
an
authority.
absolute ruler. Okay, so here's the thing. It's
You
like-
didn't take over nothing. It's just you rule by the iron fist.
no,
That's
not
one of the-
necessarily Iron Fist.
You rule like a dick, oppressively and unjustly.
I can
Rule
enjoy,
like a dick on
yeah, like a
dictionary.com.
dick. I can understand unjustly as
Where
if
does
it
it
was
say
not,
about
if it was
taking
not
over-
your right to do it. Unjustly, it's unjustly because he was not
No.
your right.
When you say somebody is a tyrant,
Yes.
you could see if you read Harry Potter,
Right.
Voldemort, you could say he's a tyrant, and there's nothing about a king.
No, I mean
It's
you,
just
you
'cause
can
he's
be,
a
you, can,
dick.
you can be a tyrant and a dick, which normally
hey,
happens.
Hey. The game started.
Dota.
I'm really riled up about this.
Okay, we'll sort this out later.
It's okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay, let's
That,
go
that
into
has
the game.
been an episode of the English wrestling of the day.
Everyone got their words in. Everyone said what needed to be said.
We all learned some.
I
things.
just kind of stood there and like just totally not paying attention, nodding my head. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I also pee my pants over there, so careful.
Whoa, you really did. Okay, so it feels like that being very close to wiring is probably not the best.
That's fine.
Holy shit!
How did that even happen?
What happened, Lumi?
I perhaps kicked the cup.
You were really pissed about that word.
We can't even
thing.
take you out of the house anymore, man. No wonder you stay in your room all the time. You just kick shit over. He gets mad.
And screams at DPM per DPM.
Poor DPM.
When do I ever scream at her?
Yeah, all the time.
When you play Dota, but you scream at everyone.
yeah, I
So,
do.
in all fairness, right?
I don't know, man. You lost mid against Omni Knight pretty hard.
Holy shit, man. I had no wards.
What were you?
A Zeus.
Oh, I smashed him.
No, you got every single rune.
yeah.
Right? You got every
I
single
killed him like
rune.
3
Is
times.
that your fault?
It's my team's fault. I had no rune vision. Look, okay, here. 1 minute and 45, right? I start spamming Arc Lightning like it was Spammerino.
So he had vision of the rune.
Right, so I had a 50-50 chance to guess. I pushed it. I checked one side. It wasn't there. So you're saying it's my fault now.
So that's
First,
when
you
you
don't
lightning
understand-
bolt
Okay.
and the word his word.
That's 6.80 right now, okay? First, you don't know what tyrant mean.
Dude, you had the next level and drag a creep over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to actually move.
Okay.
Anyway, we got a game going on. It's Empire versus Rock's Kiss. Lumi is being vacated from his spot because
He's a
apparently
dribbler. He needs a
he
fucking
doesn't
babe.
know how to actually drink things.
Lift up all the bollocks.
Lift it up. What if I get electrocuted?
Well,
Nah, you'll be fine.
Not
you, the shoes your feet,
Man.
the rubber.
Like,
Okay, here's the thing, right? A ruler who sees power without legal right.
are we really going back to this
off,
right
Bruno.
now?
We got it.
Go sit in the corner and text
I'll-
whoever
I'll-
you were texting, man.
I'll press my buttons.
Jeez. So Rock's Kiss are pretty much going with the same thing they had last game. I mean, they got the AA, they got the Nature's Prophets, so a little bit more globally.
A little bit?
Globalist. Globalization.
We should ask Bruno. He's the word expert.
Bruno literally knows less English than I do.
I think if I got proven wrong by Lumi in an argument about English or grammar, I would be pretty embarrassed.
I'm not wrong.
Why?
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
What do you mean, why? Like, okay.
You're American.
Anyway,
Don't you guys speak American?
I'm gonna do the sellout thing and go for a minute, and I'll be right back.
No problem.
So you guys can hold the front, right?
Yeah, we got this.
You guys can see the heroes on the screen. You can talk about the Dota and not other things while I'm gone.
Yeah, it's
Carry
kinda
that
I'm
way.
not making any promises, but you can hear us. So if
Okay.
if that happens, you
I'm
can
just gonna go
chime
for a
in.
walk. Just let me know how it goes.
Okay.
shout at us. You're wrong whenever you want. So
Oh, I know.
here's the way I see it.
Okay.
Shane.
Paint me a picture.
Okay, Treant, his best spells by far. is Nature's Guys, right?
Because he goes invisible.
It goes invisible. You can't count that
Immortal.
shit. Right? Yeah, but here's the thing. You have to stay next to trees.
Yeah.
So guess what? Prophet, bam, kills the trees.
Holy shit. And they picked it into it?
What?
They picked Prophet into Tree and Protector.
It's a counter.
What? But you make trees.
But
But you destroy them.
No, here's the thing, right? Like, I sprout you.
Are you going to call that deforestation now?
No,
'Cause yes, that will be a deforestation.
I sprout you. Fuck you. I sprout you. You got Nature Guys on yourself. I can't right-click you.
And you make treants. And then I right-click
and they're trees, so you're invisible because you're next to technically trees.
Not really. Have you seen those, like,
I think if
pumpkin-looking
there was
things?
little trees that come out of the ground, like they just got sprouted, brand new,
Right.
and they look around and they look to the left of them and they see a Nature's Prophet, and they look to the right of them and they see a Tree and Protector.
Don't join.
I'm going to go with the Tree and Protector because he looks like me.
This is my guys.
This reminds me of a story like a baby goose,
Story time.
and you're risen by a goose, right?
Are you going to tell the story of the ugly duckling?
Is it the Jungle
Yeah, the
Book?
ugly duckling. I don't even know how that story goes. Coach for me, please.
What? Okay. What?
Oh shit, he's back, boys! He's back!
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So they banned Axe. Axe is a pretty good hero.
He's really good against trees.
Like, what the hell, man? I'm gone for like less than 3 minutes.
Dude, we had a great
And the
start.
wheels just come off. I mean, at one point, Dota was happening.
I don't know.
See, the thing is, Shane is like the young, impressionable one. Bruno is the one who knows that he should be responsible, but just doesn't care enough. And Lumi's just not even in the studio.
No, I empower these.
Like, he's just in La La Land the whole time. Unbelievable.
He's saying a story about the ugly duckling. What am I supposed to do with that?
veered off a bit.
There's not even like a duck-looking hero that I can transition in. If it was the story of the ugly tree, then I could talk about Tree and Protector. But it's not. So,
All right.
how's your monster?
It's good.
Good to hear.
I shouldn't say what I was about to say, so I'm not going to say it. But we're going to move on totally not awkwardly into the picks because I thought about something and I was like, no, I really shouldn't say that.
shouldn't say that.
So Puck,
really good.
it's a hero,
It's a hero.
has an orb.
I mean, this is a team who basically goes around the map and they can find kills. If the puck is there, you might as well assume a Nature's Wrath and an A Blast are going to be short to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more or less what we're getting at.
Puck's really mobile as well, like super mobile to set up the
Yeah,
global
you
stuff.
build them mobile.
Yeah.
Right. So you get Blink Dagger, you got your orb, you got all sorts of fun things that you can do. But Empire, I think they're a little bit more. Well, actually, both teams actually kind of have that lane ambiguity thing going, where it can be like anything at this point. The only thing that I would probably guess is the Treant's going to be safe lane. We don't often see off lane trees, and I guess PPD would be the expert, right? He's like 22-2 with the hero. It's like something unbelievable. Over a 90% win rate. Dear God, that's insane.
Really? 90% win rate.
90%, yeah. Over
Damn.
24 games,
That's pretty impressive.
which is a pretty large sample size, to be honest. Like, it's insane. And Galblack's like, God, I picked first. Why is he winning with it and we're not?
I don't know. Okay, so how do you think Mirana, is it going to be the same side of Mirana, like safe lane farm in this game?
It's hard to say this early. It looks like a dual lane mid now. I mean, just seeing that. Like, it seems to trend. Like, when one team does a dual lane mid with a particular set of heroes, it becomes very common. First and foremost, because ROG's Kiss, obviously they're going to be looking to try to set up kills. Their team has that kind of potential. But against the Mirana Shadow Demon dual lane mid, like, how are they going to find the kills? They could also put DK mid against the puck, and it would do fine.
I was going to
especially
say,
with
like,
tree armor.
if they do a dual lane mid with Mirana and Shadow Demon, like, Tree and Protector is like one of the weakest supports, like, for harassing out people.
Well, the thing
You
is,
get away with
you
a lot
would put a safe lane in, so it's like you can say, yeah, our tree's going to get free pulls, and you're not going to contest this hero because it's a dual lane mid. You know.
Okay, Andy.
Yeah.
And everyone. Mostly Andy, but mostly everyone. Look at Roxky's lineup right now. Look at Team Empire. Now back to me. Now back to the lineup. Should you pick Spectre on Roxky's?
I feel like this is a trick question.
No, Shadow Demon.
I know the guy that tweeted that.
They pick Shadow Demon. You never pick Spectre into Shadow Demon. You crazy?
You crazy? But
No,
you
I
have all
think
the-
I honestly
no.
think Spectre would be okay,
I
just
think-
because. Looking at Empire right now, the push potential that they have coming out is basically the DK's ult. Like, Elder Dragon form is their push, right? You can auto-attack the tower, Living Armor a creep, or the DK if he's tanking the tower, maybe use some illusions from a Disrupt. But for the most part, this kind of global strategy that ROG's Kiss has can make space and still manage to farm. That's the thing that makes it so scary, because we saw something like this with a Wraith King before.
I'm gonna go with Wraith King. This is the exact same lineup that Virtus.
Yeah, I mean,
drafted.
it could be
Yeah.
Wraith King, it could be a Spectre. I think both have their strengths. I think that obviously picking a Wraith King gives you that one hero who can actually lead the charge for Rock's Kiss, which they don't have right now. It's basically hoping that Puck gets his blink and can go in and start the fights that way, or the Sand King. But because they picked a Sand King, I mean, we don't see anything other than safe lane, either jungle or roaming Sand Kings nowadays. So with that in mind, we're guessing what? Nature's Prophet offlane / jungle, Ancient Apparition +1 bottom, and Puck mid.
I have a question. 99% sure, but if Shadow Demon makes an illusion of Wraith King, you get the aura for your team.
Yes.
Yes.
You do. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
At the same time, I'd rather he makes illusions of my Wraith King than illusions of my Spectre,
Yeah.
because that means your Spectre is dead.
Yeah. Because it gets dispersion.
Yes. So
It's-
2 dispersions,
And it's full
all
damage.
pure damage.
Full damage, yeah.
So it's not reduced by normal
The
illusion.
fact that it's an illusion.
And it also gets the passive, the
With as good as Shadow Demon is against Spectre, I still feel like having a Radiant Spectre is going to be better than Empire being able to disrupt the hero.
okay.
Like, with taking an AA Blast, a Puck Coil, a Nature's Wrath, potentially a Burrow Strike or an Epicenter, once Sand King gets blinked, the amount of AoE damage that Rock's Kiss would have would be completely ridiculous. Like, even a Tree Armor on somebody is not going to save them, and the DK is the only hero who's buying a BKB, and
Okay.
yeah, it's going to be Spectre. Like,
Alright.
I just feel overall, the hero is, like, a little bit vulnerable, but these heroes that Rock's Kiss have outside of the Spectre can be almost anywhere at any given time.
One thing though, Team Empire like had a ban, and they obviously knew they were gonna pick a carry hero, and they feared Gyrocopter over Spectre.
Yeah. I
So-
find that surprising.
So
I mean,
they obviously feel confident with the Shadow Demon against it then.
at the same time, the team fight for Roxas is very scary. Like coil into a Sand King Burrow or the other way around, and then you throw a call down on top of that. I mean, these are not BKB buyers. I guess DK could buy one. Mirana generally don't want to buy one. So, I could see that.
I think that banning the gyro is maybe more of a hint that Empire might have some plans to go aggressive, because if they're scared of a hero in lane, right? Like Gyrocopter is a hero that I would say should be feared in lane, because Flat Cannon's really strong. They buffed Homing Missile. Wow.
Ooh, all right.
Tidehunter. Okay, so this is an OBKB team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really strong, right?
Yeah, it
so
is.
Ravage is always going to be good. They can use it as an offlaner, which it looks like they are going to be doing. And they
Max
can just
Kraken
put
Shell,
Resolution
boys.
mid, and they could aggressively tri-lane
They
this. And they
should.
could put the Tidehunter against Sadoy.
Yeah.
The trees will do no damage to him.
Literally.
Literally no damage. And I'm pretty sure Stout Shield stacks with Kraken Shell.
Not very well.
No. It's like the highest one.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I thought it used to.
No, because it's like having 2 Stout Shields, or like a Stout Shield and a Vanguard.
Why doesn't it stack?
You told me to get 2 Stout Shields in that
No, no,
1v1
no, no, no,
mid.
no, no, no. Okay, here's the thing. Kraken Shell is 100% of the time.
Right. But Stout Shields actually increase the chance
The
for every
chance,
other
but
Stout
not,
Shield
but not
that you
the
have.
block.
Not the amount.
Okay.
Yeah, stacks diminishingly is
Yeah,
another
exactly.
way to look at it.
Like old evasion.
but I
No,
think
sorry, like new evasion.
I think it's still worth to get one Stout Shield on Tidehunter,
you
especially
won't.
if what?
Because you won't have a Kraken Shell
Right. I
level
mean,
2 until level
yeah,
4.
and just getting there is nice. Don't ever get a Vanguard on Tidehunter. Like it's just not worth.
Dude, it's like you have a built-in Vanguard when you max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
think-
better than a
It's
Vanguard.
even better.
Yeah, it's better.
I think it's like I maxed it yesterday as an
And I
offlane.
think you actually only need 1 rank in Kraken, because if you're Anchor Smash spamming in lane, it's now 60% damage reduction. So
Yes.
it takes the treants down to what, like 8 damage a hit?
More or less.
also
8 or 9, yeah.
And then they deal no damage.
what? Okay, so
Yeah,
this-
dual lane mid.
Yeah, so
It has to be.
late game Spectre is like a stat carry. Yeah, she goes like agility items like Manta.
Well, she's kind of get as
Radiance,
tanky as you can with a
yes,
Radiance
strength.
carry.
Yeah.
So she does get a lot of stat items, and if you get the anchor smash on top of that,
Yeah.
The thing is that she's not a right clicker. You have to see Spectre as a magic damage kind. Like, if you want to compare it to another, carry, maybe a Necrolite will be a similar comparison. It's like
Yeah, but imagine Necrolite, but actually useful.
exactly, yeah.
AOE hits the whole team and useful.
I think Necrolite is like a hero who's so close to being amazing, but just
Yeah, I just think he needs something like better laning or something like
if
that.
he had old.
what about a better auto?
If he
attack
had the old
animation?
Degeneration aura where it just lowered the damage, he would be so legit. But they gave that to Pitlord, so because he needed it. Soon. But the dual lanes end up going a Spectre AA versus a Mirana Shadow Demon. Clearly, you would favor Silent and Always Wanna Fly in this matchup. But I think no matter where BZZ goes on Spectre, he was going to have a hard time. Like, if he goes bottom, they just tri-lane bottom. And there's nothing that they're going to be able to do there. So they just put Solo down there, and they're like, yep, you're going to get your EXP. Resolution's going to trade farm. Doesn't matter if it's 2 melee, because we're going to have living armor as well. And then top lane, you have Anchor Smash versus Sidoi. And there's no way either of these heroes will ever kill each other in any circumstance.
Well, I think at level 6, Mag definitely has a chance. I mean, level 1 Gush and an Anchor Smash does a ton of damage, since Anchor does do physical damage. And if there's a Ravage on top of that, that would cancel Sidoi's TP away. So right now, you can see that Mag is taking a ton of harass, but it's going to get a little bit better.
Look at that Kraken shell. Oh, baby.
Yeah, he just does not care. But back to your point about the laning, I feel the laning favors Empire more now, considering the fact that Vanscore is able to get dual lane experience on the bottom. That means he's going to get his living armor, well, just get a higher level overall. And makes his living armor more.
Like, that was kind of clear from the draft, though, because when you pick a tree, he has to be in a situation where he's either getting pull experience or he's soaking in a lane with not a third hero.
Right.
You know, like, that has to be the scenario. So when Empire banned out the gyrocopter, it was pretty obvious that they wanted to have at least some kind of aggressive lane. And plus, Flat Cannon can be hitting down living armor, like, in a team fight anyway. And then you have Rocket Barrage, which just eats it instantly. So they couldn't afford to give a really strong laning hero who just directly counters tree away when they picked it that early. So
Kind of worry for our Fox Kiss in mid. Like, if they slip up at all, they're dead with the combo. It's like so much damage.
Ooh.
I think they'll probably wait until 3. Level 2 arrow is probably needed.
Would you not get Starstorm?
Catcher? No. Because the thing is, you don't have the mana to use all the abilities.
Well,
like,
it depends if he gets a bottle. He is in the mid lane, so we'll see.
You can throw 2 arrows and leap if you just skill like 0-2-1, and then you max Starstorm after the fact.
Okay.
But if you don't, and you go 1-1-1, you can use 1 volley of abilities, and then you're So it's like potentially 2 arrows instead of 1, and the arrow will secure the kill 9 times out of 10. We're just adding a Starstorm into an arrow that you already hit. It's like, okay, if I hit the arrow, they're dead anyway, right?
By the way, just a small thing to point out, Sidoi in the top lane has second point teleportation. Just, realizing that his tree is not going to do much to Mag.
I think you would still skill it normally, right? Because
I mean, if you're not going to use it to spam in lane, you could get it a little bit later, I suppose.
yeah, you could like delay it a level or 2. Disruption on middle lane. Here comes the arrow. It's going to land on BZZ. Soul Catcher's there as well. That's the first blood.
Yep. Level 2 arrow, like you said, and Silent dropping down the harass. And if they want to tower dive, they still can, because they have living armor as a rescue method as well. But they don't. Gets up with the first blood. And like you said, no matter where Spectre goes, she's going to have a tough time. And instead, I'm surprised that she actually does not have a stout shield. Like, she went mid with Quelling Blade.
Yeah, Quelling Blade. I think that was very strange as well. Like, Mirana doesn't actually have that high base damage.
It's greedy, though, still. I mean, he's got an Aquila. It still hits for 70. That's respectable.
Yeah, with the Aquila, though. Which, like, it's like, what, 47 or something like that? 45, maybe?
It's really low. It's one of the lower base damages. But I think it's fair, because she has such a really strong skill set, and her animation's pretty good. Yeah. Some people are really polarized about it, though. Some people really hate it. I
actually hated it up until recently, where I've gone through a kind of phase of loving Mirana.
Yeah.
Speaking of phase...
Speaking of phase, nature's prophet. But the CS in top lane is pretty damn close.
Yeah.
A few more denies for Sidoi, and Mag has got some CS, but he's actually been forced out of lane now.
I'm surprised that Mag is actually not going for a bottle. I feel that bottle on Tidehunter is actually very necessary, especially if you're going for the Anchor Smash build, because you just spam like no other.
Oh, but there's a nice little regen here from
Skilled.
Don't need a bottle, bro.
Just get the regen.
I'm even more surprised that he, like... I don't know.
Go on.
I'm surprised he didn't just teleport to the rune. Like, if he saw him leave, maybe he just assumed he went back to base. They have no vision up there, so I guess that's fair. I guess
they have no vision of either rune, actually.
Yeah, they can see bottom a little bit, but that's it.
No? That's the only Radiant ward?
No, I mean, like, they can see bottom on Roxki's side, but they can't see the rune.
Yeah.
So, I mean, pretty clearly Empire are coming out ahead in the lanes, but we still have to keep in mind the teamfight potential for Roxkiss is very strong. Arrow going to come out here. Disruption from Always Wanna Fly is actually caught out here by Yul. Soulcatcher's going to go out, but it simply doesn't matter. Courier.
What the shite?
It should be
All
fine.
right, it's fine.
Unless Prophet makes a TP. We're gonna see
The Jazz hands don't hit on the courier.
No.
Man, that would be ridiculous if they did, right? You'd like 2-shot it.
There are a couple spells in the game that does one-shot a courier, though.
Culling Blade?
Culling Blade. The other day I tried to jump up
You
for
can
it.
dunk.
Got stunned. Mid-dunk.
Does Bloodseeker ulti work on it?
No.
No.
It did at one stage, I'm pretty sure. It might have been a bug, because I killed a courier with Bloodseeker ulti once.
Well, if you can target magic immune units now with that, I don't know. There's so many weird interactions in this game, man. It's hard to keep track of them all. I don't think you can, though. That would be kind of clowny if you could.
Do you think Bloodseeker?
Bot lane looks like we might see initiation. It's going to be Burrow Strike to start
He's
things
pretty
up.
tanky.
They can't kill him. There's no way.
Yeah, in between Leech Seed as well as Living Armor. You could try.
You can always try.
Well, I think, if anything, they need to make sure that Nature's Wrath is off cooldown, and they need, like, ideally the puck would be 6 to be able to coil. That's when they can go for kills. But that's also the strength of Rock's Kiss, is that Empire might have really good static lanes, but Rock's Kiss aren't going to play static Dota, and bottom rune, there's going to be a little bit of a skirmish as well.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
Resolution's going to get the haste.
He has a-
Poor y'all, 2 seconds until he's got his Sandstorm, but the stun actually lands before he can get it off, and he's got the poison on, eats a breathe fire to the face, and always want to fly. Actually secures that kill, so now Resolution's got his treads if he wants to finish him.
Oh, he's going deep. Just a bit of guff.
Solo ain't having that, man. He's out of there. Spumoni, he's out. But yeah, I mean, Rock's Kiss aren't necessarily playing a game based around how static their laning phase is going to go. It's going to be up to the mid game to see if they can actually buy BZZ some room, because he's obviously lacking in CS right now. He's 16-3. He's not doing great, but it's not the end of the world, man. Still time.
I don't know. I think they really all depends on the mid-game team fights. Like, if they can get good combos off with their global presence, Inspector gets a few assists, or maybe a
Yeah,
kill.
I'm with that. As we see Solo phasing forward, no coil, not level 6 just yet. Living Armor is going to come through, and that should be the end of it. I think Spectre is one of the few carries that can recover quite well. Burrow Strike is going to hit again, miss again on the bottom lane.
The Whifferino.
That's the second one he whiffed.
Yeah, he has it the root. It's all good.
The thing is, the supports aren't really under level though on the side of Rock's Kiss.
Level 5 at 7 minutes is very
Yeah, he's
respectable.
almost level 6.
Yeah.
So it's not like Rock's Kiss are losing out huge in the experience department. It's more the fact that they're not getting as much farm as they want.
Which I think is fine, especially if you're Rock's Kiss. If you're playing global lineup, reaching level 6 is, I think, a little bit more important. So the 2-1-2 favors them in that sense. But yeah, I think the most important thing for a Team Empire is how quickly they will get to their Blink Dagger on Mag, and how well they use that Ravage. Because teams as of late, and when I say that, I mean like for the past 6 to 8 months, they were really good. And as we see Arrow on the mid lane, Starstorm, that's going to hit. Wow, no Soul Catcher necessary. They could die for more, and in fact, they will go black. A couple more arrows, and that's a double kill by himself, essentially. Well played by Silent.
All right, so things just got significantly worse if you're Rock's Kiss.
Yep.
Your carry just died again, and I think that BZZ is actually going for a Vanguard, which in this game, having the maximum HP is nice, but if you get Soul Catcher arrowed, I still think you die even with a Vanguard. And now that there's also Mag with Ravage, and there's a Breathe Fire on top of that, like the solo target burst damage that Empire have is actually very high.
Yeah.
Like just between those couple of spells, the Starstorm's going to get a couple higher levels as well. Resolution's got 6, they can start pushing. Everything is kind of coming together here for Empire, whereas Rock's Kiss still need to find some space. They need to buy some time. The one strength that they have is that Empire more or less have a lineup that is comprised of trying to push like as a team, where Rock's Kiss have this like, okay, we can go and teleport to a lane, maybe have Sadoy kill a tower, and trade at the very least, and then try to defend high ground as best we can, which they do have a fairly good team for. But if Empire get a blink on their Tide, and they start just going ham, I think it's going to be really hard to stop.
It's not just on the tie, because later on they'll have one on Van score if game goes according to plan. And suddenly you're dealing with overgrowth as well. So
sometimes DK gets Vanguard or Blink Dagger as well on Resolution.
Usually it's Shadowblade though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Blink's not so bad.
No, I mean they both have their merits, but I just think that Shadowblade is the more common choice because it actually gives him damage.
And attack speed.
Which you want for breaking high ground. And if you already have 2 heroes with blinks, it's like a little redundant to have a third.
Go ham, man.
Yeah, I guess go ham.
Yeah, so I really like what Roskis is doing right now. They sent Yols up top and then gave the jungle farm to Sadoy. So, I mean, they understand that they really need Yol to get up to big, and he's going to skip that Arcane Boots.
He's really close to...
We're going to see a dive on the bot lane. It's going to be BZZ getting focused. Arrow. Nicely done. Last hit's going to go to Treant Protector. He's got
like
his auto.
With the leech
He's got no protection, man. This is really bad. Like, they need to actually have some kind of game plan to either protect him or trade. But they're not doing either.
They're going to go always want to fly. He walked and broke the coil. Wrath come in, so the Living Armor didn't do too much. But they got a tier 1 out of that. So it's not too bad. I mean, the problem with Roxas' lineup is they need to have somebody to start the fight and have everybody follow through, like with a Han as well as teleport in. But who's going to be the person that starts the fight? I think it needs to be Sanking or Puck, but neither of them have their blink yet.
Solo's pretty close with his phase boost.
I think it's one of those situations where you plan for like this mid-game kind of mobility strategy, but Empire are just winning the lanes a little bit too hard.
Right. And that's where I personally favors the Brave King, because I feel like he can just run in level 6.
Oh, Godblock is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, maybe not. Arrow.
Oh,
Purge,
the
Purge,
Purge.
Purge. He lost vision. The arrow nerf, man.
That arrow
The
nerf.
vision nerf. That would have went off. It was
Yeah.
6.8.
Well spotted, Andy.
Jeez. Who would have thought changes like that actually matter?
A lot of people actually don't.
I didn't. I was like, yeah, whatever. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Same. That's what I mean.
Resolution. He's got an
Oh,
invis.
Solo's
Oh,
dead.
what a phase shift. The silence. He's going to dodge the arrow, but Yul
no.
eats it in the face. He's going to eat a Dragon Tail after. Sadoy coming in. He's got a Sprout. Going to throw it into Resolution. Yul quite low. Misses another Burrow Strike. Here comes the Overgrowth from Vanscore. It's going to hit on pretty much everyone. The Haunt was used as well. And Rock's Kiss don't have anything left in the tank. The Coil's going to go out solo. He manages to get away. What was that Gush range? Are you serious right now, Mag? He throws out the Spite Ravage. He gets the kill.
Very close to be a Shiva one.
That
but
Gush was like
nah, man. It's just the Dota 2.
from downtown.
Sometimes when you start it, it continues even when they're
yeah,
running away.
especially when those spells has a very long animation like
Yeah,
Gush.
Bane actually is a good
Yeah.
example of that. The Fiend's grip range
Or,
could
or
be
the
like,
8,000 range flaming lasso.
Yeah.
You actually like grip somebody from the base. You're just
Yeah.
like in the well and you're like, yeah, I got him.
no problem, boys.
Fine. Poor Yul, man. He is not having a great game. I mean, if that Burrow Strike lands, at least they kill Resolution, right? Like they get something.
There's a little kind of thing with Sanking. If you click the ground, you can actually get a tiny bit more range, can't you?
Yeah.
Like instead of clicking the actual
It's the
Well, I
same
think
way
that's-
that Impale and Earth Spike work.
Yeah, I think that's what Yol is trying to do. Except, you know,
not doing.
sometimes no, he's doing that. It's just maybe overjudged the fact that
Yeah.
his range is not that long.
There's so many tiny things in Dota like that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Lion also is the same as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what.
Or it's
That's
like-
what I
And he
said,
just said.
Yeah, yeah. Nick's assassin.
That's
as
cool
well.
though.
In the woods. And that's a very,
Says you,
very
Lumi.
dead.
I'm a
You,
listener, man.
you do that all the time.
I listen to everybody.
Radiant
I just
structures are
mixed up
fortified.
Earth Spike and Nick's thing. Impale.
Well, Earth Spike is Lion,
Yeah.
and Impale is Nyx.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Although I'm not sure if we can even say Impale. Isn't that like,
What?
isn't that copyrighted?
What is it now?
No, I'm kidding. I don't actually know. It was a joke.
Don't
Clearly-
don't make them.
Clearly fell on deaf ears, man. It's fine.
I don't like the jokes.
No.
So, Empire, they're looking really strong right now. They got, what, let's see, 3 out of the top 5 farmers. I mean, in terms of, like, CS, it doesn't seem so bad. But then you look at, like, the map control right now. All the tier 1s on Rock's Kiss are dead.
Yep.
And Empire haven't lost a tower, and they have a tree. So, not even, like, chip damage matters. It's just, you have to kill the tower straight up, or you're not killing it. And they're going to
Oh.
find a kill on Mag, actually.
Yeah.
And
In
he
the
used
top
mech
lane.
as well. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I'm actually a bit surprised he didn't just go Blink. Maybe he feels like with the mech, their team is more or less invincible.
They probably want Rock's Kiss to
I
initiate
actually-
on them.
I actually like the Blink, or less than Mech, because I feel like with Blink you could only fight with whenever your Ravage is up, and does, you know.
That's not true.
You can blink Gush.
Well, I feel like if you're gonna dedicate
Dire's top
2,000
tower is under
gold
attack.
to an item that helps you fight, Blink helps you, you know, when your Ravage is up. I guess you could Blink Gush, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but think of it this way too. If you have a Blink Dagger and you can choose to fight when you want to actually fight, and you get like a 2 or 3 man Ravage, and it ends up in being 2 and 3 guaranteed kills.
But here's the thing, though. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But if I have a mech and they don't,
Tower is under
I fight no
attack.
Look
no
at
matter
this.
when my Ravage is up or not.
Puck and Sanking both getting blink daggers at the same time from that kill top.
This is it, man. This is the actual opening they have to make something happen. I mean,
Yeah.
their bottom tier 2 is getting pressured, and they haven't responded yet. Resolution's got a DD, he's got his
Slapping
BKB
him
money
with
as
the
well.
sword.
The thing is, if they
Oh.
take this fight right now, Sadoy, he's gonna
He's
get
pretty fast.
Hey.
Yeah,
Phase.
okay, he's good. He's good.
Tree block, the tree block.
They get a tower and then you get out.
Radiant's bottom
It's good to
tower
have
has
2
fallen.
blink daggers, but it's very easy for me to see that Tie Hunter just walks in, Ravage counter initiate, mechs everybody up, and then Rock's Kiss might still lose that team fight.
He nearly actually has his blink dagger now.
Yeah, he's actually just super farmed, so it doesn't even matter.
No.
Like our
Little.
our little counter arguments don't mean anything.
No,
It's just gonna have them both anyway.
Just get both.
Why not both? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's strengths for going both first, though. Like, what Lumi said is definitely right. And in this case, when you have 2 Blink initiators, it makes a lot of sense to go the item that says, okay, we're expecting you to initiate on us.
Radiant's
And tied
middle
with the
tower
Kraken Shell
is
can
under
nearly
attack.
always get
Solo?
the mech off.
Solo?
Ice Blast.
He's going to walk.
Blink,
basically
silence,
right into the
coil.
tide.
Okay,
Yeah,
mech's
this-
not gonna do much here. Rap's gonna come through as well. Epicenter on top. Where's the mech? Ravage. There's a disruption.
blast.
Okay. Yeah, Vanscore is still dead. No, he's not. The Han's gonna come in.
Sprout.
They're invis. Where's the Ravage? He's walking the center. There's a Ravage on top. They want Solo dead. And in fact, they will get Solo. Max still has a mech if the Riku's is wanted, the Rikus shall be had.
All right, well, the sentries drop. They're going to see both of them. Who are they going to go for? Mag, he gets a cold feet, but Yol, he's not going to stun. He's just like, nope, I'm fine.
Nature's guys.
He doesn't have mana, does he?
We talked about it, myself and Lumi in the draft.
Yep.
Nature's guys.
That spell.
That spell. That spell.
Immortality.
Yeah, that was one thing that we kind of neglected to mention is ALT landing means that the mech doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
On actually 5 people. It hit all of them.
So, I mean, there's that, but is an ALT always going to hit 5 people? Probably not.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it always hits 5, then you got bigger problems. But hey, man, that's a stand that ROG's Kiss have made. First one this game.
Yep.
And every single time they do that, I think it's a lot more important for them than it is for Empire. Like, if they can defend a tower like that at Tier 2, and Empire are unable to push, I think it impacts how Empire, like, kind of had a hold over the game. But if it happens a few more times, it could very easily change.
Yeah, but, I guess. I mean, BZZ, if you look at his build, he's going very greedy. Like, he's skipping the Vanguard.
It's just the casual
Always
ring.
want to fly? No, he's going to disrupt. He's got living armor. By the way, you can heal under that living armor when you're disrupted. Is that true? I believe that's true, right?
No.
You could salve yourself and disrupt and get
Not when
healed.
you have AA Ice Blast on you.
Oh, obviously.
I mean,
yes,
the
yes,
debuff
yes.
still prevents you from healing, so even if you're under, you don't heal.
Okay.
But it stops, like, the increment damage.
But if you weren't under AA,
If you weren't under AA,
heal.
you can't
You
heal.
can,
yes.
yes.
We were doing it as Tuskar the other day. I'd like earn myself and then snowball.
Snowball, yeah.
And then just sit there. in
Make
front
the
of-
plays, man.
Big plays.
I'm
So-
surprised that Empire has not gone into the Roshan pit yet. Given the fact that they have the tier 1 still mid, Gush to actually debuff the armor.
Push
Mac-
doesn't last that long though.
Well,
4 seconds. Like it's not.
Well, Gush also has a 12-second cooldown.
it's still
so-
something.
Yeah.
I mean, and they have a DK and tree armor, so with all of that, they could very easily take Roche. But I also think it's kind of a risk because that's one of the few spots in the map where I feel like ROG's Kiss are maybe even a little bit stronger in fighting.
Mid, it's going to be a blink into Gush. Gold Black's going to drop his spells before dying. But yeah, if you go into the Roshan pit, not only do you give ROG's Kiss an out by taking a fight, but also you're not pressuring them. And in fact, like if you look at all of the lanes right now, every single lane is pretty much pressured.
Oh.
Blink Coil on the mid lane, no Ice Blast though. So the mech is still available on Mag, and in fact, probably should pop it now. He does. And there's a tier 2 tower. Maybe going for the pressure is just more important than going for the Aegis.
They just
I
go
think it
top
is.
now, do they?
I think because of the kind of team that ROG's Kiss have, taking the towers, like going to Roshan is something that you can do after you push in the tier 2s because all the lanes are kind of in ROG's Kiss base, more or less.
Yeah, how can
And that
they-
makes it really obvious when you know that the other team's going to go contest. So by pushing the lanes first, it's just, I would almost say completely standard, but it's something that a lot of people forget about.
Uh-oh.
Got a little bit of
Oh no, look at the previous screens.
a little
Fine.
bit of laggerino on our side, but I guess you guys are fine on the stream. So.
Probably because Lumi like drenched all the cables.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, Lumi was just like between games dumping water all over all the.
We tried to tell him no, but he just was like.
He wouldn't
He
have
was
it,
out
man.
of hand.
He gets that maniacal
top
smile on
tower
his
is
face and
under
he just goes ham. It's like he just wants to watch the world burn.
Yes, that's
Dire's
exactly
middle
who I
tower
am.
is under attack.
It's alright, man. People are going to find out eventually. Might as well find out from us, right? Kind of softens the blow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
El Silent has quite a lot of DL Moolah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I was going to say, like, he just finished his Manta. I was going to ask maybe he wants to go, like,
The
Mjolnir
Lightning
or
Lord?
Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Lightning Lord.
But
OP.
finishing the Manta, I guess he Manta's Silence, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a safe choice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, seeing the Lightning Lord is always fun, but I can respect the Manta.
Especially on like Tidehunter or something like that. Someone really big that makes the
The lightning.
Yeah, it looks so much cooler.
Man, you know what I saw yesterday that I wasn't even thinking of? I was watching Fear's stream, and he went Mjolnir Tinker,
Yeah.
and he just rearmed it.
Rearm refreshed.
Rearmed like
Lightning
Mjolnir
is
to
OP.
everyone.
Oh.
It was so cool to watch. I mean, the game didn't go well, but it wasn't because of that.
Well, what did
I
he?
just thought it was cool.
What was the item order? What did he give before?
I
that?
think he went like typical get soul ring, bots, and then bottle. You know, like bottle first.
Yeah.
And then blink.
Yeah.
See, if the other team had
no.
Radiance, that would be fully legit.
No, not even
Yeah.
Radiance. Bot Rider as well.
Well, anything
Sure.
that
Get
has
in the fire, boys!
anything that has incremental damage that covers
Yeah.
a radius, right? I don't know. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I like
it is
lightning.
really cool. Yeah.
I could have hit Roshan with my
We're gonna go for that Roshan now.
Morana's pretty happy about hitting her with the arrow.
Yeah, but this is actually a point in the game where I feel like ROG's Kiss can actually make a trade here. They're not just giving it Roshan, they're going to be able to at least pressure the tier 1. Who knows, maybe they won't even get it. But I guess Tree Armor was used on Resolution.
Please,
So
Gush.
if they can push fast enough, maybe they can get something, because they know for sure
Wait. I guess they have to use Leech Seed and then Gush?
Yep. Okay, or Raph helps to take you off. Gush now.
Oh, Jesus, boys.
Gusherino.
This
Or
is
not.
a little bit.
It's getting a bit hairy, but there's no one coming, so.
Yeah. But they've bought enough time to the point where they're going to get the tower for sure.
Are they?
Oh,
Are they?
Jesus.
Oh,
No,
the
tower.
blink forward.
Somebody
Mag,
demand
he
a
goes for the
tower.
Ravage. He hits Solo. The orb has already been used. He's not going to be able to jaunt to it. Now he's going to eat the Soul Catcher. Goblak likely going to be dropping as well. He eats the Anchor Smash, and Solo's going to be dying on top of it.
And they got the tier 1
That
deny.
Ravage timing was actually sick.
Yeah.
Like, Solo came out of his phase shift to jaunt to the orb as the Ravage hit.
It's only a 1 second phase shift, so. Or not even. It's level 1.
0.75.
Yeah.
But still, like, the timing was really nice.
Yeah.
In middle lane as well, there was a little bit of a scuffle, but Yul's going to be fine.
So Empire gave up nothing, got Roshan for free.
Did they get the deny?
Denied
Yeah, they
top
did,
tower,
they
yeah.
did.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It's not gravy.
It's not great. Rock's Kiss,
Radiant's top
What was that
tower
saying you had a
is
few
under
weeks ago?
attack.
Throw the mustard at them?
let's give them the mustard.
Just give them the mustard.
Yeah, it's like
What does that even mean?
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
is like giving you a hard time, so you just pull out a giant thing of mustard
And
you
just spray it
squirt
on their
at 'em.
face. Yeah.
Like, give them the mustard.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Made
the
sense
Lightning
to me.
Lord!
Yeah, it's got a Maelstrom now. He just got that from like,
That fight.
And the
Roche,
Roche.
yeah. What was it, like 2 minutes? 3 minutes?
Yeah, no, it's pretty quick.
I think this game might be ending soon because the item is coming up. Vanscore, by the way, also is going to have pipe finish.
And BZZ just casually almost dies bottom to Resolution solo. No big deal.
So if Empire walks up the hill with pipe,
Oh, but he
that
has
finished
the
Radiance?
does he have the Golden Sword of Destiny?
I think it's in the base. It's on the ground.
Golden Sword! We've jittered out there a bit as well.
I'll be honest, I don't really think it matters.
But it's a Golden Sword.
It is a golden sword, but is the golden sword going to actually kill anyone?
no, especially when there's a pipe online.
Yeah.
Mag is farming the ancient stack on the other side.
I really love the Tidehunter pick, man.
Yeah, it's good.
This is the kind of thing that I love to see because Rock's Kiss are, I think, one of the front runners in running this kind of a style. Like Team Dog did it, Rock's Kiss did it, and then a couple of other teams started experimenting with like the Fury and AA, have a global
VP
lineup.
did it as well.
Right, but it makes so much sense to pick Tidehunter in that situation because even if the Spectre haunts in, a hero who guaranteed is a carry is never making a BKB, like ever. And then you're going to have 4 other heroes who necessarily aren't going to be making BKB, but also suffer in team fight. I mean, Prophet maybe.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for it now, actually. Or,
Yeah.
That's kind of like, we have to get it.
Yeah, yeah. it's
Game
the-
losing
oh, shit.
BKB.
Yeah, it is a game losing BKB. That's, I mean, people like make fun of you for saying that, but it's true. It's like I have to make a BKB.
Who was making fun of you, Andy?
People say it all the
Who
time.
dares to?
Yeah.
People come into my chat just to flame, dude.
No way. That
Oh, you
sounds really
kidding me?
mean.
It's Twitch, man.
Everyone in my chat's like angels.
Yeah, I know. Just wait. You'll get more people watching, and you'll get what I get.
All right, here comes the Piperino.
Um,
Where's the defense?
Where's the being able to do anything?
oh, Sidoi. Click him. Good click, boy.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Not worth the click, man.
The reverse juke. Here comes the Epi. It's actually huge.
Okay.
Hits on pretty much everyone. Counter Ravage comes in, hits y'all. The poor Sand King, he just can't do anything. Haunt was used as well, and there's just not enough
Oh,
damage.
they juked the blast.
AA Blast totally off the mark. Resolution still in the base. Here comes the Regoose on a Goblak. Gush from Mag. He's going to be able to pick up that kill. It's a double for him. Resolution
Aegis
just kind of
has it.
juking.
Going a bit hard. It's got living
He's
armor.
not even gonna die.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Aegis, not even once.
Not even one. I don't think that click was worth it.
No. No, it was not. And like
I
you
hate
said,
that, by the way. Like in Dota 2, when you click on somebody who's walking in like a circular motion and
Oh,
you're
yeah,
like
for your
just in
character
range,
jitters
yeah.
you.
3-man burrow strike from y'all once again. Dust gonna be popped. Now he's just
Oh,
not in his happy
beautiful.
place. Arrow makes contact. Silent. He gets it after the gush from Mag. It's 5-16, and it could very well be the beginning of the end.
The end of the end.
So I think what we've learned here is if you have
Top tower is under
a lane that has a Spectre in it, and the other lanes don't like completely smash, or at the very least you don't protect the Spectre enough, I feel like Empire's draft was just so good at countering what Rock's Kiss could possibly do, and
Solo.
Solo just finds himself outside of the base after a questionable jaunt. We'll say that much.
resolution.
Oh.
Nah, he doesn't care. He's got Aegis. They're gonna disrupt him.
That's
He's gonna get
freeze
frozen,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like fine.
He's fine. He's still got BKP, man.
He's gonna get his mana burn though.
Alright, so in this case, do you think that Nature's Prophet was the correct offlaner? Like, if you had someone like maybe Beastmaster or someone that had like a stun or some sort of lockdown
No,
or damage?
I think Prophet was actually the right call.
Okay.
But I think what ended up happening is later into the draft, Roxkiss realized that they weren't going to be able to get away with the defensive tri-lane. Because no matter what, like when they pick the Spectre, they see the Mirana and are like, okay, well they can aggressive tri-lane against us, or they could do a 2-1-2, and they still have a strong 2-1-2.
Yeah.
Because if we put Solo bottom, and then he's a puck against a DK tree, what is he going to do? Like, sure, he might be able to get EXP, which is fine, but he's not going to get his blink that quickly. And everyone else on the team, like Sadoy did fine, but BZZ just absolutely suffered. Like nowhere he went would have mattered, and I think that was the biggest problem.
I think the problem is the Spectre. Still fan of the Wraith King, man.
But the point that I'm trying to make is, instead of having a hero like AA that
Dire's middle tower
kind of
is
plays
under
better
attack.
around 3-man lanes,
Yeah, because of the...
pick another support that actually has enough lane presence to fight back.
But you
Because
need a global, though.
Mirana Shadow Demon cannot do anything. Or excuse me, yeah.
BZZ.
BZZ just dies here, but the AA Spectre can't do anything against
okay.
Shadow Demon Mirana.
Is he gonna get... Oh, I thought he was gonna get the room as well.
And the Purge is going to go on
Oh,
top of
Jesus.
Yol.
Solo's dead too.
Ice Blast is going to be there. So what I've learned is unless you hit a 5-man
GG.
Okay.
5-man Ice Blast into a Epicenter, it's hard to beat a pipe in a mech. And a Leech Steed. Just way too much heal from Team Empire.
You know, I think this might actually be the first time I'm actually allowed to have shit on the desk. Usually I just like, in my head, I'm like, I should move it,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
But
And
you
now
don't.
It's, like, it's fine.
You don't.
But congratulations to Empire. Very well-deserved win. Shows why they're, I believe, number 2 in the league.
Number 2. Yep.
So, I guess that kind of solidifies the fact that they will be going to DreamHack Summer.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah, and Roxas will not be, because they had to win both of their games today.
Did they absolutely have to win? Are you sure?
I think so. Well, we'll look at the standing when we come back.
Yeah, we don't know how many games left they have to play,
But
but
it's not looking good.
cool to see Tidehunter, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
Haven't seen him in a while.
That Kraken Shell buff, man.
All right, that's going to do it for now. Roxas will drop yet another match to Team Empire. And coming up next, we're going to have Team Dog versus Empire, the 2nd and 3rd seed, up against each other. Should be a very
Huge
exciting
game.
match.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back momentarily.